Welcome to Seniors Today, a monthly program that is a voice for those 50 plus in Montgomery County, produced by the Commission on Aging, of which I'm a community member. While the show is insightful for people of all ages, each episode takes a fresh look at important issues by spotlighting seniors in the community, representatives of senior services and programs, and activities of interest to seniors. My name is Katie Smith, and today our discussion will focus on well-being and cover common information beneficial for all aspects of life from the experts working to expand community programs and resources. Joining me is Mr. Stuart Rosenthal, who is publisher of the Beacon newspapers. Welcome, Stuart.
Thank you, Katie. It's a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. Stuart, over 30 years ago, you and your wife, Judy, created the Beacon newspapers dedicated to providing information for those 50 plus in our county. From my perspective, you're like the hometown Mark Zuckerberg, who obviously in 2004 leveraged technology to bring people together to access instant information. So what is it like being so relevant with an idea that you came up with well over 30 years ago?
Well, it's very flattering of you to compare us to Facebook. I don't think we have anything like that kind of outsized influence on the world, but it is true, I should say, that over the 30 years, we have reached hundreds of thousands of older adults, boomers and seniors throughout the metropolitan area, even as far as Baltimore and Richmond. And it feels very good to have produced something that is so useful and helpful to those people. I mean, our monthly publication is geared towards providing that kind of useful information, health information, financial information, housing, technology, travel and the arts, whatever we can find that's really helpful and useful to people. And it feels good to still be doing that after all these years. It's not as easy as it used to be, as you know, to keep papers afloat. But thanks to our readers and their loyalty, we've been able to stay in business.
So I know you said don't compare to Facebook, but what's next for you? Like a phone application for seniors?
Oh, actually, we have mobile apps. Our website is quite nice. We had it redone just a couple of years ago, and we have a nice mobile app that's optimized for reading that way. And our expo also was both online and on mobile app. And we were surprised actually this last expo, this last fall, where we had more than 9,000 visitors. Nearly half of them came through the mobile app. And we were really shocked to see that. So it's really catching on among older adults as well.
That's great. Okay, so you recently published the 2021 edition of the Montgomery County Seniors Resource Guide, which is an annual print publication of the Beacon newspapers in partnership with Montgomery County's Department of Health and Human Services. Tell us what kind of information we can find in the Beacon and talk about some of the issues you describe in the resource guide.
Oh, okay. Well, let me start with the resource guide because you sort of began with that. That's an annual publication. It's an A to Z phone directory. It's a little glossy booklet that you sort of keep by your phone. And it's has everything in it from financial assistance, government agencies, health topics, legal services, nutrition programs, recreation and leisure, transportation. It's anything you could possibly want. It's got all the organizations, the nonprofits and the businesses and the phone numbers and how to reach them. Also all the housing opportunities in the area, the independent living, the assisted living, the continuing care communities, nursing homes. It's all listed in this directory. So what you do is, it's free, pick it up at a grocery store or a drugstore or through the county government and keep it by your phone. And for the whole year, that gives you useful information. And keep in mind that it is updated online. So if you want to use it online, you can look at it that way as well and can search it too. And the Beacon also is available online. We have multiple months of issues available of all our different editions. And you can go there and find the health topics or financial stories or whatever you want with the search bar. Just type in the area you're interested in, caregiving, for example, and it'll pop up the most recent stories on that topic, and then you can read them individually.
Say I perused the new guide. It's about 136 pages, and I did find a lot of information in there useful. So is there an age-friendly page in the Beacon?
Yes, we've been doing that with the Age-Friendly Montgomery County Advisory Board. I serve on the board that brings together individuals from the community with government representatives of all different departments to try to make the county the best possible place to age for all ages. So the age-friendly page, every different area of interest, and there are like about 10 different subject areas that we deal with. Once a month, once a year, has their page in the Beacon. So you look for it in the Beacon. It's called Age-Friendly Montgomery. It may be on health and wellness. It may be on caregiving or on housing or transportation or consumer protection or elder abuse. All these different topics get a page with useful information and contact online information as well.
I know that you said the Beacon is available from, the Washington, D.C. metro area to Richmond, Virginia, and Baltimore. How can people get 50 to 100 copies of the Beacon delivered to a specific location?
Okay, as we have more than 2,000 distribution sites for our 4 different editions around the whole area that we just described. In Montgomery County, we have about 500 or 600 sites just right there alone. So honestly, the last year, because of COVID, we've not been in all the grocery stores we haven't been all the senior centers and rec centers and libraries because they've been closed, but we are in grocery stores and drugstores. But as the recreation centers and the senior centers reopen, we'll be back in there as well. So people should look and see if they can find it there. But if there's a place in their area, they can't find it nearby, and you can call our office and ask where is the closest place to where you live. But if you really can't find it, or let's say you live in a high-rise building with a lot of older adults and you're not getting the Beacon delivered there every month, give us a call and let us know. And if you can arrange it, with the management that they'll accept it, we'll be happy to put it in a rack and start delivering papers there every month at no charge, because we love to have it available as readily as possible to people.
So in the little bit of time that I have left with you, can you briefly tell us about the Beacon's annual 50 Plus Expo?
Sure. We've done this for 20 years, usually in person. We've had an in-person expo with lots of exhibitors and a keynote speaker and entertainment. And it runs, the whole afternoon, and we have thousands of people come by and pick up information and ask questions. And so it's a very useful kind of thing. But this last year, again, because of COVID, we had to have only a virtual expo. So we made it up, as best we could. And we had a really nice website we set up with 4 categories. We had speakers of all kinds, classes, and entertainers. So we had, dance classes and computer classes and cooking classes and all kinds of different speakers and all kinds of stand-up comics and musicians of all kinds. And it was really a wonderful resource. People could go to it any time of day or night online and visit these things. And then we had about 100 exhibitors that provided useful information on all kinds of topics for older adults. So we're doing that again this fall because it was so successful. It'll be October and November, 2 months long. You'll be able to get to it by its own website address. You can go through our website and jump over to it that way. And it should be very useful and helpful for a lot of people. And we're also considering having an in-person expo this fall if things really open up. So keep that in mind. We may end up having that as well if all works out.
Folks, you heard it straight from the source. Mark your calendars, October to November, for the annual 50 Plus Expo. Mr. Rosenthal, it's been a wrap. It's been great to talk with you and learning so much about your passion to improve the lives of others, especially our seniors and their loved ones. And I hope that we can have you back on again soon.
Thank you so much.
Up next, we will talk with Robin Reilly, who is the director of Montgomery County Recreation.
You are loved. You are valued. You are resilient. You got this.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Find free care guides at aarp.org/caregiving.
Please join the Montgomery County Commission on Aging's public forum on Tuesday, May 18th at 10 a.m. for an interactive discussion on countering social isolation and loneliness of older adults. Keynote speaker, Dr. Liz Necka of the NIH National Institute on Aging and other subject matter experts will share best practices, innovations, and public policy solutions. Until then, please stay safe.
Since 1954, Montgomery County Recreation has remained dedicated to providing inclusive, quality programs and activities that serve the recreation and leisure needs of the Montgomery County community. The department manages 40 facilities, including senior centers and senior programs to enhance quality of life, cultures, and abilities. Joining me is Robin Reilly, who was appointed to serve as the director of Montgomery County Recreation by County Executive Mark Elridge in December of 2018. Welcome, Robin.
Hey, welcome. Happy to be here. Thanks for the opportunity.
Absolutely. Robin, tell us a little bit about Montgomery County Recreation and the many ways it provides services for independent adults 55 and over to stay active and healthy.
That's a big question. We do a lot of things. That's our largest audience in many ways is our 55 and over. So we offer a wide variety of programs and activities. Our senior centers in the morning are robust with seniors who are there doing a lap swim to stay healthy and connected, and also doing a little social engagement while they're there. And then we will offer a wide variety right now, mostly in the virtual world, but also some outdoor activities. And we are planning and getting ready to open our facilities back up and engage our 55 plus in lots of ways at both our senior centers and our community centers.
You do a lot of good work. It seems like, it doesn't matter if you're working or semi-retired or fully retired, people have access to the programs and the classes that you offer them. So I want to do a round of quick fire with you, Robin.
Sure.
30 seconds each. Montgomery County Recreation, offers everything you need from instruction, competition, fitness, and safety. First question, tell us about the spring resource guide.
Yeah, I'm really proud of our senior team, and Sarah Swire, our manager. She stood up this new 55 and better newsletter that sort of captures all of the 55 and over things that we offer both outdoors as well as in the virtual world to really do a target marketing for those that set of residents. So we're excited about it. It's been really well received. Seniors and 55 plus are excited to review it and see what's new each and every season.
Okay, next. I hear you have a new recreation facility. Where is it located and what services will it offer?
Yeah, it's a large building, a 75,000 square foot building in downtown Silver Spring on Fenwick Lane. It's part of the Elizabeth House complex. It will be it's called SCRAC, South Silver Spring Community Aquatic and Recreation Center. It's going to have an indoor pool as well as a gymnasium, fitness room, senior programming and activities. It's on the first few ground floors of a 16-story senior apartment complex that will open in the summer of 23. And we're excited to cut that ribbon and partner with Holy Cross and a whole bunch of other community partners to bring robust senior programs for downtown Silver Spring.
Weather changing, the pool sounds like something a lot of folks will be interested in. Yeah. Okay, senior focus groups, what are they?
Yeah, that's something new we did too. We knew our seniors needed to be engaged, and we often didn't give them an opportunity to really provide feedback. So we've been reaching out, doing some listening sessions. We've had almost 150 seniors that engage with us in small group listening sessions, just so that we can hear about things they want now. And as we move forward in opening back up, new programs and activities and things that we can do better and differently to engage them across the county. We're a big county, a large residency, and we want to make sure we're doing the best we can in offering them everything they're interested in. So it's been very successful.
You mentioned new programs. We're well into our 14th month of the pandemic. How have your staff been repurposed during COVID-19?
And that's another big question. Our staff have been totally amazing. So when we closed in March of last year, our staff quickly did a pivot. It became very nimble. So we've had staff working everything from food access to inventory of PPE supplies and materials, to working at vaccine sites, to doing virtual programming, to doing outdoor programming, to doing food distribution and giveaways. So they had Board of Elections. We had a large group supporting Board of Elections for many, many months. So we have clearly been working, just not in recreation, but definitely in community support.
You said nimble. I think seniors have been nimble too. So with the pandemic ongoing, how can seniors maintain their healthy lifestyle at home, especially for those who may have some hesitancy about venturing out into public spaces?
I think if you check out our rec room, we have a virtual rec room on our webpage, and sign up for some of our virtual classes. We have everything from Bone Builders, which has almost 200 people registered. Never have to leave your home. You don't have to drive, worry about parking. If you miss a step or don't make the move quite properly, nobody's there to watch you, but you can still participate and stay healthy. You can try different activities. Most of them are free. So we have everything from yoga to Tai Chi to Hawaiian dance, a wide variety of activities, and you can try any and all of them and do as much as you can and you want. And then as spring is now coming around the corner, we hope you come out and enjoy our outdoor activities. We have even hula dance, which is amazing to see 25 or 30 seniors in the back parking lot at Holiday Park enjoying hula dance. So we're excited about opportunities there as well.
All right. So now tell us, what do seniors have to say about Montgomery County recreation? We want to hear some personal stories, an anecdote or sorts.
Yeah. Okay, we've got a couple. So we've been doing food distribution. So we've been delivering meals to seniors. Our senior team quickly did a little pivot and started delivering meals out to seniors. So we do about 375 every week. And so some of our staff have engaged in our mascot, which is T-Rex, a dinosaur, and actually wore the costume to deliver the meals to the seniors, and having that social engagement at the front door with a senior was really cool for them. They experienced it. I'll give you one other quick story. We have a senior who lost her husband this year, and she felt very isolated and alone and was very depressed. We quickly engaged her into a conversation group. She speaks mostly Chinese. We have one of our facility staff who actually is very fluent. She started a conversation group, and she quickly came into that group and is so connected with them now. She has friends that she never knew and will stay connected with them for as long as she can. And they have lots of great conversations about everything from a good plumber to a good restaurant to taking a class together online. So it's been a cool story to connect some of those dots.
I like that, connecting and bridge building. Are there any upcoming events in May or June that you want to inform the audience about?
Yeah, I mean, we have tons of classes. Our spring guide is out now with all kinds of programs and activities. We have some groups. Some of our senior staff are starting to work on meetup groups. So where you would meet at Brookside Gardens and do a walk together and have a conversation, do a hike up at Black Rock. So we're doing a lot of things outdoors and staying connected, but also staying healthy. We're actually also talking about doing a silver camp. So it'll be a day camp where seniors can come just for the day, do a wide variety of activities, everything from art to music to food to a fitness class, all during that day as part of a camp activity for a senior.
All right, Robin, now on to you. You are an amazing person. The audience probably doesn't know as much as I know reading your background, but they have an opportunity to, to go look up your bio. But tell us what your favorite sport is. I read somewhere that you're an avid sports lover. We want to know what that is.
Gosh, that's a great question. I love all sports. I was a physical education major, so there's not many sports I haven't tried. Everything from, the newest trend, pickleball. Everybody loves pickleball, right? So I guess my favorite sport would have to be golf. As I've gotten older, I stopped the softball, the basketball, and sort of more into the golf thing. And I enjoy that a lot, being outside and walking the course and challenging myself to do better each time I play.
Well, tell us how we can stay connected to your department briefly.
Sure, you can always check out our webpage at mocorec.com, or you can call our customer service team, who are amazing, and they will help you at 240-777-6840.
Thank you so much for joining me, Robin. I look forward to speaking with you again soon.
Great. Thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely. Up next, we will talk with Lorna Ford, who is the Advocacy Chair for the Manna Food Center in Gaithersburg, Maryland.
When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. Now anything but lonely.
We had this deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet,
We discover
they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But they're all pure love.
love.
Manna Food Center was created by the community in 1983. Its origins reflect the shared efforts of community, civic, and faith leaders to establish a centralized food bank for Montgomery County. The Manna Food Center also distributes approximately 12,000 pounds of food daily. I have the pleasure of speaking with Lorna Ford, who serves as the Advocacy Chair of the Manna Food Center. Welcome, Lorna.
Thank you. Nice to be
Lorna, awesome. Lorna, the Manna Food Center is fighting hunger and feeding hope through food distribution, education, and advocacy in Montgomery County. Tell us about your specific outreach to seniors.
Well, Manna's vision is for a community where all people at all times have access to safe, sufficient, and nutritious food. And this means that whether you're younger or older, whether you grew up in Montgomery County or you came here from another state or another country, no matter what language you speak or what circumstances have brought you to a space where you are in need, Manna strives to be a no judgment zone. And it's a no judgment zone where anyone who experiences food insecurity can find the food and they can find it in an accepting and supportive community. So one of the first things we do to meet the needs of our county's older residents is we listen to them. Manna conducts regular surveys of our senior participants, and perhaps not surprisingly, we found that many list the lack of transportation as one of the primary barriers for them getting enough food. So we've responded to that in a number of ways. We work with volunteer, what we call villages, in some of the highest need areas of the county. And the volunteers in these villages, they assist their senior neighbors in many ways, including helping to arrange for and then delivering food from Manna on a regular basis. And then other organizations in the county like Metro Access and Senior Connections and the Jewish Social Services Agency, they also provide transportation to help Manna get food to our critical neighbors. And when the pandemic hit, the transportation barrier became even greater for seniors who we know are so vulnerable to the continued health impacts of COVID-19. So Manna had to re-engineer our food rescue program, and we started deploying volunteers to deliver food so seniors and others could remain safely at home. And now, because of our generous community of donors, yay, Manna has a new refrigerated van and staff that's dedicated to delivering food to elder participants and others who can't get to our distribution sites. And I'm sorry, but I can't leave out our call center staff. They play such a critical role. They reach out to our seniors if they see that they stop coming to get their boxes, their food boxes. And often we find, once again, that it's transportation. Transportation is a barrier that's preventing them from picking up their food. And we fix that by providing home delivery or connecting them to their local village volunteers.
Wow, that's interesting, Lorna. You all do a lot of great work. Well, tell me this. So on April 21st, it was last week, during his weekly virtual media briefing, County Executive Elrich, he had representatives from the Emergency Management and Homeland Security COVID-19 Security Task Force and the Montgomery County Food Council. They offered remarks about food insecurity initiatives in the county. Now, thinking about those initiatives, what are some of the guiding priorities for FY 2021 through FY 2022 for Manna Food Center?
Well, let me start by saying that Manna is incredibly grateful for the support that we've received from the county executive and also the county council. During the hearing, we were on several of those hearings, and during the hearing, we touched on increased capacity as well as funding for operational and transportation efficiencies. With the county support, the leadership of the COVID-19 Food Security Task Force, and through the generosity of donors, Manna has been responding to a 40% increase in demand for our food services since the pandemic began. We have never had to turn someone away for lack of food, and that's truly a testament to our dedicated team and to our ability to leverage existing infrastructure as the county's designated food bank. So as an active member, Manna is an active member of the Montgomery County Food Council. We asked the county council to maintain the significant progress and momentum of the county's COVID-19 food security response strategy by allocating sufficient funding to the many critical food system related organizations in Montgomery County. And that means especially the Montgomery County Food Council. And then recognizing that transportation, as I mentioned earlier, is a critical issue facing those we serve. We applaud the council's recent efforts in extending free fares for ride-on through the summer. And we also stand in solidarity with the Montgomery Better Buses Coalition.
Lorna, can you tell us about some of your target areas?
Sure. Manna is focused on delivering our services and developing partnerships to address, those intersecting issues of hunger, health, and housing in the county where the need is greatest. And we opened a new center in East County because we wanted to make it easier for East County residents to get food assistance. Assistance like SNAP benefits, after-school tutoring, health services, and nutrition education. And the pandemic has shown us that the economic hardship can hit anyone, but we also know that economic and health disparities disproportionately affect people of color. So we're committed to creating solutions that help our community become more just and equitable. We actually started a monthly series called Breaking Bread, which is an opportunity for Manna to have an open conversation on a regular basis with those we serve. And that's how we're working toward our goal of food for all.
So that's a lot of great things that you do, Lorna. Now we have a little bit of time left, so I want to move to your locations. I know that you have a location in Gaithersburg, but where else are you located?
We have a new East County, well, it's not so new now, but a location in East County. That center is located on Old Columbia Pike in Silver Spring, and it serves as one of the 7 distribution sites operating during COVID in Germantown, Gaithersburg, and Silver Spring. And when the pandemic is over, we'll be able to reopen our Choice Pantry, which is also located at the East County Center.
Now, Lorna, at the top of your remarks when you answered the first question, you mentioned call center. Now, are there volunteer opportunities for others in the community to sort, pack, or distribute food?
Well, at this time, volunteer opportunities are limited because we're still not fully open, but we hope that will change in the coming months. But our viewers in the meantime can always visit our website at mannafood.org/volunteer to check on current opportunities and sign up to volunteer. And our website is a great source of information for anyone that's interested in volunteering or donating for that matter.
Well, Lorna, I want to thank you so much for an informative conversation. How can we stay up to date about the work that Manna Food Center is doing? How do we stay connected to you?
Like I mentioned, we have a wonderful website. A wealth of information is available on our website, and we update it regularly so we can stay current with what's going on and what our needs are and what the needs are in the community. So please go to the website, www.mannafood.org, or you can call us on our phone number, which is 301-424-1130.
I enjoyed you, Lorna, and I look forward to having you back on the show again soon.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well, that concludes our program for today on practical tips proven to play a significant role in the well-being of seniors. As you can see, the voices of seniors matter every day and every way. Thank you to everyone who was able to tune in. To learn more about services for seniors in Montgomery County, please visit the Montgomery County Seniors website at montgomerycountymd.gov/senior or call the Senior Resource Line at 240-777-3000.
Our fight against coronavirus isn't over. We still have to slow the spread and do our part. Let's wear face masks in public. Stay 6 feet or more from others. Follow state and local guidelines. Wash our hands frequently and stay home when we feel safe. For ourselves, for our loved ones, for our future. Let's move forward together. Learn more at coronavirus.gov.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.